will fly and smoke will roll at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway as America's favorite short track roars back to life Saturday, July 29th with the return of high-speed, non-wing open-wheel sprint cars for the first time in almost 20 years. The Pro Door Manufacturing 40 joining the 500 Sprint Car Tour will be the Jake Sari All-Stars Tour presented by Chevrolet Performance. Plus, all 6 local quarter-mile divisions. Get your tickets for the return of high-octane racing action at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.Racing.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. And I'm here with Dylan Fetcho, who is the current leading track champion. And from 20 and 22, you were the track champion. And I mean, I don't speak racing, but I'm going to tell you something. My first time to see the Nashville Fairgrounds races, I watched you win.
Really?
And then I ended up at Chili's in Lebanon at the end of the night because you know that I just liked the little feel there. And I was sitting there talking, and I was having fun talking to this lady that was there. And I said, she and I were just having a great conversation, and she was bragging about her kid. And I realized it was the night you won, and we all left and went to Lebanon Chili's. So I got to know, I know your mama, and I tell you what, she's so proud of you. She can hardly stand it. And I am too.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah. She's always been very supportive of me, and yeah, she's very proud. So,
well, racing is it's a family thing. The family has got to be involved. When did you get into racing? You were just a little tyke when you started, right?
Yeah, I started when I was 4 years old, so I could barely say a full sentence, honestly.
And how did it start for you as a 4-year-old? I mean, what was some of your jobs, and what did you do?
So I started racing dirt go-karts at like all the county fairs around Tennessee. So that was really the main start of it, was on dirt. So after that, I got a quarter midget when I was 5.
Well, you have just grown in the sport, and your whole family is involved. Okay, what's Mama's job on the racing team?
She comes later in the day because it's kind of a long day. We get there early in the morning, and then qualifying usually after lunchtime or so. So she'll get there around then and just kind of hang out with us.
And then what's Dad's job?
He's pretty much the crew chief, and he looks over everything, and he stands on top of the pit box during the race.
To win so many times through the years, and you're only 22 years old.
Yeah, 22, about to turn 23.
Oh my gosh, but it's become your lifestyle and your life. And let's talk about this weekend. What are you looking forward to? Who is going to be your biggest competition? Who are you going to be looking? I don't know if you look in the rear view or not. Do you?
No, we try not to. But we got some stiff competition this weekend for sure. It'll be Hunter Wright, Jackson Boone, a few of my local friends that I've raced with for a long time. So right now we're leading points, and hopefully we can keep it that way.
Now, okay, what I know of racing is mostly from Talladega Nights. Do you really have any of the track issues? You know, the real, like, is there somebody who's the bad guy on the track? Do you have any of those feuds that go on the racetrack?
Yeah, every now and then you'll have some rivals, but we try to get along with everybody and just have a good time.
You know that phrase, I think it was Robert Duvall, who is in that movie, a racing movie, that said, if you ain't bumping, you ain't racing. Have you had a big wreck? Have you experienced that?
Yeah, I've been in a few wrecks. Here lately, not really, but yeah, through my career, I've been in a few pretty bad ones.
What are the things that keep you safe? I mean, I know that everybody looks at that, and then the driver will jump out of a vehicle and they'll be fine, and you know, the car may explode or whatever, but they're fine. What are the safety things that you do?
Yeah, like you said, it's pretty dangerous, but your adrenaline kind of keeps you going. And but yeah, we wear a 5-point harness and a helmet and neck restraint and the whole deal, fire suit and everything. So you're definitely safe in the cars.
Oh, that's just amazing. How do you know you're good at racing? I mean, you know, it's kind of like that. I always say cliff diving and racing are kind of the same. You kind of just jump into it, and you don't know till you do it if you're actually good at it.
Yeah.
Starting at 4, you were kind of fearless from the get-go. How did you realize that you were good? Just because you started winning?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. you got to have experience. You got to have everything come together and work together to have a successful racing career. So it's not all just on the driver. It's not all just the car. You got to kind of have everything work together.
Okay, I know that you can't do racing without people joining in. It's a really expensive sport. So who are some of the sponsors that take you to the track?
Yeah, for sure. We couldn't do it without them. We've got our U.S. tank on the hood of the car. Then we've got Hunter Industrial on the quarters. Those are our main two sponsors that help us a lot. And then we got Haley Vet. They're local in Lebanon. And just so many people that kind of help us around, even if it's not just money, just all the people that support us.
Well, I know I'm from Lebanon, and I know who I'm going to be pulling for in this race. And I'm so excited for you. You make me so proud. And I mean, I don't know a lot about racing, but I will say that it just thrills my heart to watch such a family experience happen every weekend, because it's not just you and your family. Everybody that's involved in racing has their families involved. Their family is there supporting, and they're all part of it. How can they follow you? I know that you've got to have an Instagram page or a Facebook page that can follow you.
Yeah, Dylan Fetcho 89 is my personal, and then Dylan Fetcho Racing on Facebook and Instagram.
Do you ever do any signings and go out and meet the crowd? Are you going to have anything this weekend that people can come and meet you? I know the kids want to meet you.
Yeah, nothing this weekend is planned, I don't think. Usually we'll have some local events and here in Lebanon throughout the year, and we were just at the big race at the Super Speedway, so just all those local events you can kind of look for us.
Well, I think there's no stopping you. Now, let's talk real quick before we get out of here. The pro late model. I don't know the difference in those. What's the difference, and what are some of the races that we're going to see at the Nashville Speedway this weekend?
So the pro late model they call it their top division of the fairgrounds. So we're on the big track, the 5/8 mile track. It's like the step right before you step into the truck series in NASCAR. So they're technical cars, and they're very fast.
Is that your next dream, is the NASCAR and the truck series?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely, I think it's everybody's goal to end up there, but it takes everything to come together, and especially your sponsorship.
Dylan, what's it like to race on that historic track? Because the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, I mean, people like Sterling Marlin and old DW, Darrell Waltrip, I mean, they really cut their teeth on that track. Do you kind of feel the spirit of all those legends as you start your engine?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what everybody talks about, is how much history is there and all the big names that race there. And like you said, Sterling, we raced with him a few years ago. He was still racing at that. So yeah, it's very cool to be there.
Well, I can't thank you enough for your time today, and God bless you. Where are you right now? Because I see the cars in the background. Do you have a garage where you keep all your race cars in the same spot?
Yeah, I'm in the race shop. We got our two cars, and then we keep Bryson Schaffer's cars in here too.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Now, just because your name is not common, do you have a body shop that's also in Lebanon as well, your family?
Yeah, Dad owns that collision center. It's next to the old outlet mall.
I thought so. I said, that has to be them. Well, he certainly got some experience in fixing a car if you have a ding or a knock somewhere, doesn't he?
Yep.
Well, Dylan, thank you for your time today. The best. I don't know if you say good luck for the race, but thumbs up and be safe. And I know that when that checkered flag goes, I hope that the nose of your car is going across it first.
Oh, well, I hope so too. Thank you.
Take care, Dylan. Bye-bye.